Hello, and welcome to Alternative England. If you're watching this, that means the mainstream media can suck it. Coming up in our program, a trip into one of the creepiest and darkest aspects of music, as we look into a black metal festival from Bristol. Then, we'll go from blast beats to blast toys as we look into what a Pokemon society is all about. With the NBA playoffs in full swing in the US, in the UK we see Pokeballs as often as basketball. Why has British basketball become an abandoned ship? And from Slam Dunkin' to Dunkin' Donuts, National Donut Week just drew to a close, but National Barbecue Week and the cheese rolling competition are coming up next week. Stay tuned for 5 other crazy holidays. But first, over to Damien and black metal!
It's hard to believe that the term black metal was coined from no other than a British band themselves with the 1982 album entitled Black Metal from Newcastle's own Venom. With all the controversial attention being caused by the Norwegians in the early 90s, the UK scene wasn't really given its deserved limelight in the metal scene or the press. Gathering of the Morbid is an event held in Bristol which celebrates a cross-range of some of the UK's finest black metal bands. I caught up with them to get an insight into one of black metal's forgotten corners.
Absintheruppy started as a mixture of absinthe-induced insanity, basically. That's with the history of absinthe and what it does to people. That was an influence, and the misanthropy part speaks for itself. It's developed over a while. Because it's such a small scene, can have the opportunity to play with some of the most well-respected bands in the scene, be on the same bill with, for instance, some of the bands they might idolise or aspire to, which is great.
Okay, so what is Pale Mist?
Pale Mist is me. Yeah, Pale Mist is an expression like an inner demon of mine. It's a very personal thing. Only very select people will understand it. It's really not for everyone. It's not really music as such. It's more for a personal expression of the really dark side of myself.
Co-found is basically like, it's just kind of I wanted it to be a distilled kind of vision of what I consider to be like the essence of extreme metal. And like a lot of black metal bands are kind of all about like an ideology or some religious thing or the occult or stuff like that. And that kind of just goes over my head.
And we're here with Damien now. So Damien, busy weekend. How was it?
It was great. The festival was called Gathering of the Morbid. It basically celebrates a collective of different black metal groups from up and down the country. The atmosphere was just incredible. It was electrifying. It really delivered the true spirit of what black metal represents, which is nihilistic, misanthropic hatred in music and a real lo-fi sort of personal deliverance and stuff. And I think each band brought something very unique to the table that sort of portrayed what it is to be in black metal.
So what do you think will follow now for black metal, especially for the scene in England?
With the UK scene, what I find that's been very interesting and what I've learned from speaking at the bands over the festival was that they're starting to get a lot more attention in the mainland Europe sort of places and also in America. So a couple of guys in one of the bands were saying how they've got a tour that's going to follow on from Ireland and go over to Scandinavia after. So it's definitely developing from something that was very DIY and home orientated in the country.
So you can say that the future is looking bright for dark music, right?
Yeah. For every light there is darkness.
No, that's awesome then. Now it's time to take a look at some of the more peculiar stories from around the world over the past week. Do you have a loud voice and balls of steel? If so, then Norway has the perfect job for you. Scientists are looking for protection from polar bears as they carry out important work in the Norwegian tundra. A capacity to roar is crucial, and firearm skills are seen as an added bonus, though not essential. I honestly just think that they could be working on the next Coca-Cola advert. Is life difficult for you because you're ugly or undesirable? Well, it turns out it's not so good for the genetically gifted either. Laura Fernie claims she's too pretty to work after she left her 30 grand a year laboratory job following waves of sexual advances from her male colleagues. So too was she bullied by female coworkers. Since leaving the job in 2011, she has been living off her mom and dad, who pay a whopping £4,500 every month so that she can keep up her extravagant lifestyle. At a Chinese auto show last week, a £250,000 Maserati was severely beaten by a gang of sledgehammer-wielding men. A crowd of 100 people watched in amazement, with many of them filming the action on their smartphones. The angry owner, identified by his last name, Wang, was believed to have hired the men to smash his car because of the persistent engine malfunctions. After many complaints to the dealer, nothing was done to solve the problem. But really, we think that the car was just targeted because it was much prettier than its peers. Now the Maserati lives in a garage with its parents. Jogging may be good for your health, but not if you live down under. Aussie MP Shane Rattenbury promptly tweeted his battle scars after coming face to face with a kangaroo in the capital Canberra. His mother soon took him to a walk-in clinic where he was reportedly giving a tetanus shot and cleaned up. Though he suffered cuts and bruises, he assured people that the kangaroo is fine and it was last seen hopping into the distance quite comfortably. It seems that a hatred for MPs spans the whole species. And finally, Lonely Hearts columns could soon be a thing of the past, as a Czech company announced its plans for a love train. Trains in Prague could soon feature carriages for single commuters who are looking for a partner. The plans are actually part of a push to get more people using the Czech capital's public transport system. But not everybody is so enthused by the idea. One commuter told AFP, "What if someone sees me in the carriage and tells my boyfriend? Why is it okay for people in Prague to flirt on public transportation, and when I do it, people call me a pervert?" Universities are renowned for their societies, performing arts, sports, politics, and Pokemon? Well, that's right, as one student from Coventry University has taken it upon himself to bring Pokefans together in a society, as James Nissen reports.
Squirtle, Bulbasaur, or Charmander. These were the hard-hitting decisions for children growing up in the late 1990s when the first Pokemon game was launched. By 1996, Pokemania was rife, with over 10 million games being sold worldwide. By 1998, the franchise had extended to trading card games and a television series. Fast forward 15 years, and Pokemania has finally found its way to Coventry University, with the formation of the Pokemon Society meaning student poker fans can now assemble to fight for the greater good. With over 600 Pokemon to date, and a new game to launch in October, it begs the question, can you catch them all? This is James Nissen for Alternative England.
I'm here with Brad Draco, founder of the Pokemon Society. Hello Brad, thank you for coming.
No problem.
What made you decide to start a Pokemon Society, and what sort of activities do you do within this society?
Well, I was walking around Freshersville my first week here, and none of the societies really appealed to me, and they all just seemed really expensive to do. So I just wanted a place I could go to with my friends, we could all play Pokemon, which everyone secretly likes. and just have a nice meeting together. I mean, we do things like we'll play the card games, we'll play DS games against each other. I used to really plan out our meetings when we first started, but nowadays it's just a really flowing session to go to.
What do you think makes Pokemon so popular?
They're so collectible. I mean, in each game you want to go out and catch them all, you have to do them in different ways. Everyone has their own favourites and everyone wants those ones and making their own team. It's just a customizable experience to me.
I gotta catch them all, gotta catch them all. What's next for your club, for the society?
Well, next year we're hoping to really push it into the next level. I mean, we've just won Best New Society this year and we want to keep ourselves at quite a high level. We're looking at making an Elite Four for next year and having them battleable by anyone in the society and having a champion as well.
Nice, congratulations. So now, I want to play a little game. I'm going to show you some Pokemon, and I'm hoping that you can guess them. You know who this guy is?
That is Regirock.
That is Regirock, everybody. What about this one?
That's Go-Goat, one of the newer Pokemon.
Oh, yes, indeed. That is Go-Goat, one of the newest Pokemon. Indeed. This one, to be fair, even I know this one. It's one of my favorite Pokemon.
Yes, that's Cubone, one of the old classics.
Yes, that is Cubone. And this ugly thing.
That's Duskull. He is oddly haunting.
Yes, he is. I don't like seeing him, to be fair. Well, congratulations on a very well done society, and thank you for being on our show.
Thank you.
Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, basketball players that you would recognize all over the world. But what about British players? Would you recognize any of them if they would walk up to you? Jack Terry hit the streets to see how many basketball players from Britain would be recognized by the public.
Do you know any of these NBA players?
No, I don't know.
The only one I could probably ever name is Michael Jordan, and I don't want to point one out in case I'm wrong.
Can you name any of these?
Kevin Bryant.
Yep.
LeBron James.
Yep.
This is sound awful. Isn't he one on the Kardashians? Is he that one?
Shaq! Kobe!
LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, none of the rest.
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. Good
LeBron
stuff.
James, one of them.
Yes, very good.
That's Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Durant. I don't know the last one.
Okay, let's test your knowledge on British NBA players.
No, but I haven't seen any of them.
How about English basketball players in the NBA? Not a clue.
That's Luol Deng.
Good.
And I wouldn't know the other two.
No.
Luol Deng. And I just haven't a clue who else.
No clue. No. Luol Deng. His name is. Don't know if that rings any bells.
No.
People are constantly looking for reasons to gather together and have some fun, especially if it involves food. And if it's also beneficial for a certain cause, even better.
This year, National Donut Week falls between the 11th and the 18th of May. As ridiculous and random as this may sound, it is for a very good cause. For each donut bought from an independent baker in the UK during this week, a percentage of the profits made will go towards the Children's Trust charity. Although not being independent bakeries themselves, established businesses such as Greggs and Marks & Spencer are very proud supporters of this tradition. With many different types of donuts to choose from, consumers are spoilt for choice when it comes to pastry selection, which is a plus for the charity. I managed to get a few words from Joe Smith, owner of Maria's Bakery in Coventry Market.
Because of the charity behind it, yeah, without a doubt. Of course, everyone should know about it and everyone loves donuts, so there's no problem in raising money there. Some people love it, some people hate it, like, you know what I mean? But there always seems to be some at Sandwich Week, Donut Week, such and such week. There's one, you know what I mean? We've only got 52 weeks of the year, so there's only so many we can do.
With National Donut Week being so overlooked, hopefully next year more attention will be brought to it. It's the second mouse who gets the cheese, says an old expression. Not in Gloucester, and not this Monday, when the annual Cooper's Hill cheese rolling takes place. Organised in the beautiful region of Gloucestershire, in the village of Brockworth, the event manages to gather people from all over the world, coming to witness or even take part in what is considered one of the craziest competitions of the year. The rules are simple. From the top of the hill, a round of the famous double Gloucester cheese is rolled, and the competitors race down the hill after it. The first person over the finish line at the bottom of the hill wins the cheese. The slope measures 90 metres from start to finish and is at times vertical, while at some lesser moments has a 50% grade. The competitors can reach speeds up to 70 miles per hour and are usually stopped by people standing at the bottom. Sprained ankles, broken bones or concussions are just a few of the injuries that occur to the overly brave ones.
I think they've got to ask themselves, hopefully they're not irresponsible people, and they've got to ask themselves, what is likely to happen when you throw something that heavy down a hill like that.
Each year, the contest is put under question due to the high risks, but in spite of people against it, the festival promises to deliver each year more fun than ever. After all the efforts, those who managed to escape from a trip to hospital gather at Toby Carvery pub to discuss over a pint the highlights of the event as well as the tactics for next year. We are proud of what we've achieved so far, say the locals, and no matter what other people say, we will make sure the event will go on for many years to come. I'm Tolu Ogunlaye, and this is Alternative England.
To mark National Barbecue Week, Tolu went out and spoke to some people in the city centre of Coventry.
Women in the kitchen, men on the grill. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Agree.
Disagree.
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 Yeah, I'll disagree with that too. Yeah.
I'd say disagree, to make it better.
Best barbecue beverage?
Beer.
Pims.
Yeah, definitely Pims, yeah.
Beer.
Cider.
Nice choice.
Ribs.
Pims or a bottle of beer, maybe?
So you don't drink ribs. How do you like your steak?
Well done.
I don't eat steak.
Medium rare.
Whoa. Medium rare, yeah.
How do you like your steak? Oh, you're vegetarian, aren't you? Okay, skip that one. Onions, yay or nay?
Yes, definitely.
Nay.
Yeah, fried onions.
Nay.
On a barbecue. Nay.
No.
And what's your favourite sauce?
Red sauce.
I don't really like any sauce.
You
to be honest, no. Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Reggae sauce.
Nice.
Ketchup.
Barbecue.
Barbecue or Sunday roast?
Barbecue.
Barbecues.
Barbecues.
I'm completely undecided. Sunday roast.
It depends. In the summer, barbecue.
Okay.
Yeah. Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Hey, thank you so much. That's it. Thank you. Thanks. Well, those were some very interesting opinions there. I'm Tolu Ogunlaye. Let's rejoin Vlad back in the studio.
And now we're back in the studio with Tolu. So, after Donut Week, the cheese rolling competition, and barbecue week, what else do you have for us, Tolu?
Well, I've put together the top 5 weirdest awareness days I could find. So at number 5, we've got Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day, which is on the 27th of January.
What's that about?
Well, funny enough, that's a US one, but I thought I had to put it in just because it's really weird. Well, that was put together by an American radio station, and they just hold events like bubble wrap relays and stuff like that. It's just really strange. Number 4, we've got National Tampon Alert Day.
Oh my god, oh my god.
And that's on the 8th of June, which is coming up. But I really don't want to get into that because...
Yeah, skip the number 3.
Number 3, which happens to fall on Valentine's Day, is Think About Sex Day, where people are encouraged just to think about the psychological and physical implications about sex.
That happens coincidentally anyway, I think, on that date. So
yeah, on Valentine's Day, people are going to be thinking about sex anyway, probably just not on that kind of level.
Yeah.
Number 2, we've got International Kissing Day, which is on the 6th of July, where just bringing awareness to kissing, really. I don't really see the point of this day. It seems a bit pointless to me.
A lot of PDA probably.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, listen to this stat. The longest kiss on record is by a couple from Thailand, which names are too long to say, even longer than mine, so don't want to get into that. The longest kiss is 50 hours, 25 minutes and 1 second.
Oh my God.
Which, well, that's over 2 days.
I think people would be bored with each other.
I'm thinking not brushing your teeth for 2 days, that must be one stinky kiss, shouldn't it? And okay, down to number 1.
if you don't think this is ridiculous, you don't know what is. International Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Arr. Oh my God. When is that?
That is on the 19th of September. So basically, it's quite self-explanatory really. People just talking like a pirate all day. But imagine like if you're at work or at a job interview, you're just talking like a pirate. How funny would that be?
Arr, get in here. You're fired.
Exactly. I think people, like, that should be a more popular thing. If everyone did it, that would be absolutely hilarious, I reckon.
Well, cheers for that, Tolu.
You're welcome.
Unfortunately, that was it for today. I'll catch you next time. I've been Vlad Marish. That was Alternative England. I bid you la